Hello everyone. Today we will be looking at the concept of area. So what do we mean by area? Area is a very common concept in geometry. And let's say we have a rectangle like this. Let me try to draw it a little bit more neatly. So here we have a rectangle, and if you see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares this way. And let's count the horizontal side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. So by area, we mean how many unit squares are there inside this geometric shape. So by unit square, we mean a 1 unit by 1 unit square. So if we are considering centimeters, 1 unit square would be 1 centimeter squared. If you're considering meters, it's going to be 1 meter squared. So depending on the unit, 1 unit squared would be the one measurement, the square formed by one measurement of that unit. Now, if we have an 8 by 10 rectangle here, so 8 squares this way and 10 squares this way, how many squares are there going to be inside our rectangle? Now, we can start counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way down here, but that's going to take a while and it's going to be very tedious. There's going to be a shorter way to count this, and fortunately, using math, we can count this very quickly. So if you look at one row of squares here, we counted that there were 10 squares this way. 6, 7, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So one row equals 10 squares. And how many rows do we have? We have one row, another row here, another row here. The number of rows equals the number of squares on our vertical side here. So there are 10 squares in one row, and and inside the rectangle we have 8 rows in the rectangle. So how many squares are there inside the rectangle? Well, we can just use multiplication. One row equals 10 squares. One row equals 10 squares. So we can just multiply 10 by 8 because there are 8 rows. So if we do 8 times 10, of course we get 80. So that means there's going to be 80 squares inside this rectangle. And if you actually take the time to count each of the squares inside the rectangle, you'll see that there are in fact 80 squares inside that rectangle. So the basic concept of area, if we have a rectangle, the basic concept is just multiplying the length by the width. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. I have a feeling this is going to be 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's 11. So our length is 11, width is 8. And the area of this is going to be 11 times 8, or 88. So the general formula for finding the area of a rectangle, notice that this is going to be different for different shapes. For a rectangle, it's just length times the width. And one important thing about area is, let's say that we were counting in centimeters. So this side was 8 centimeters, and this side here was 11 centimeters. When we're multiplying, we're not actually just multiplying the numbers. We're actually multiplying the units as well. So 11 centimeters by 8 centimeters. And the number, of course, is going to be 88. But we need to multiply the centimeter with the centimeter. And we are going to get a centimeter squared. So the reason we are multiplying the units together is because the length and the width, the measurement that we use, is a one-dimensional unit. It's just, it just measures the length, centimeters. But the area is not a length measurement, it's an area measurement. So 1 centimeter squared is actually different from 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter squared is this square here, where each of the side is 1 centimeter, whereas 1 centimeter is just the length of 1 centimeter. So just keep in mind that when you're finding the area, you also need to square the area, or sorry, to square the unit, and make sure your answer has the corresponding unit with it.